Shalom, y'all, Shalom. People big blocks, Tulsa Oklahoma. Once again, out here to pop top downfall, Babylon. Right? First things first, head to the east. We got praise glory to Yahweh, by Shem, Yahweh, by Shem, Rahakadosh. Whenever he can touch, pay as any Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Double honor to the apostle elders, the great millstone. Shalom to Sister Brother David Truth. Shalom to brothers and sisters listening and standing to themselves approved. Shalom. And about today, we're going to talk about what we're about to go through, man. What's on the books right now? What's on the books is what? The MOTBs, which is going to be the greatest temptation that Yahshua is going to face in these coming days. And you can see, just looking out in the world, the people and the majority of Yahshua is set up for it. You know, you still got a lot of people dragging their feet, tearing to meet the Lord. You know, like I did a lesson, how to Jake playing. Jake walk around all day playing. Everything fun and games, even though everything in your face. You got World War III about to pop off. You got Putin and Russia talking about launching off ICBM. Like talking about it, making war increased threats. You can see the economy is in free fall right now. I want to say a couple days. What's that? Wall Street lost like 800 points. So Esau scratching his head, the economy, and that right there is part of the control collapse. Because Esau wants to make the economy bad, he wants to make the food system disrupted, the resource, what they call the supply chain disrupted. That way, when you don't have the means to get the goods you need, everything you need, then it's gonna come like a superhero, and it's gonna come with that device. Everything leads, what to say, all roads lead to Rome, all roads lead to that device. They're going to put a device and tag you up. That's the plan. That's what these devils want to do. And that's what we're facing right now. That's going to be the greatest temptation that we go through. Because you're going to need the faith of Yahweh Shah to resist that. This devil about to take away our houses. He about to take away our jobs. He about to take away our vehicles. He about to basically disrupt our whole way of life. So we're going to have to transition from this Babylonian way of life to the way of life of Yahweh Shah. And it's gonna be a rough transition, man. Like the best I can think of, like anybody y'all out there that watched the movie Matrix. They got them plugged up the Matrix, they had raggedy clothes on, they eat that little slop food. Remember dude wasn't liking it. He was like that dude Cypher. He was like those wicked Israelites that was mumbling when Moses was leading them out of ancient Egypt. You know, it's like dudes like, I want to go back to the Matrix. I don't want to eat this slop every day and look raggedy and be poor, but that's what we're about to go into. Like, we're about to live off the land. We're about to rough it. Because, like I said, the devil about to take everything away. And what he's going to do is he's going to dangle that device in your face. Like, if you just let me push this in you, you know, you go back, what are you going to call it? Back to normal? The new normal? That's what the devil going to do. So, hey, this going to take everything we got. I ain't just talking like it's going to be an easy thing. It's not. Especially for you women. Women are used to their comforts of life. This is going to be a very hard transition, which really you got to be built up. That's why we do these lessons. It's called edification. You got to be built up to withstand this, like through repetition. Like it's best, like I did a lesson. Once again, I'm saying he did a lesson called submerge yourself in this truth. You got to be submerged in this truth to resist this coming temptation we about to face. Because it's going to be rough, man. They're going to use your family against you. I see family members calling like, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I got mine, go get yours. You know, which we just went through that scenario with the Crown Vicky. You know, that was like a little test run. That's what I call it a midterm. Yeah, that was a midterm. That's a good analogy, y'all. That was the midterm. The real test is coming up. And a lot of people flunked the midterm. You know, you got a lot of people calling up like, you better go get yours. I got mine. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta be a man. You know, I heard all that, man. You know, my family, they would hit me up like, you better do what you gotta do, feed them babies. They got that love and money right there. That spirit of love and money right there. That's a form of temptation right there. So, and like you all probably face that too. Family members probably hit you up like, you know, you better go get the bail. You know, they don't want you to die and all that little, you know, extra little stuff. This right here is gonna be the same scenario, but it's gonna be more intense because it's gonna be for sure mandatory. It's gonna be where you cannot eat or drink. You can't buy stuff unless you have the device. That's how big it's gonna be. So I'm gonna start off with this right here. This Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So the hour of temptation goes into when that device gets rolled out. When they're making it mandatory, when they crash the dollar, they're like, man, we got this new thing, you know, line up. They're gonna be in like tattoo parlors. And they're gonna I can see they're gonna have people in line. They're gonna be lining up.
Just like the pandemic.
You know, punching. Yeah, they're gonna have you lined up. You know, and look, there goes what I said earlier. If you stay within these living waters, which has the spirit of Yahushua HaMashiach, you stay within these, it will keep you from the hour of temptation because you already gonna know what the penalty is if you take it. Plus, you're gonna be looking past this devil. Because once the MOTBZ gets rolled out, what's coming next? Yahushua coming next. So you just gotta hold on for a little bit longer. Now see, if you don't know about the kingdom of heaven, if you don't know about the chariots, if you don't know about Yahushua, then you don't have that extra faith, that extra thing to get you over the hump. You don't know help is coming. So they doesn't give you any hope. So you ain't got no hope, you're gonna go for it. But see, through these scriptures, these living waters, we have hope. Therefore, we're able to do what? Hold out. We're like, nah, I ain't getting that, man. I ain't taking that, man.
That's a quick one. This is 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. It says, there have no temptation taken you, but such as cometh to man, but Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that which ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to you to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. So, hey man, throughout that temptation, hey man, if you're building yourself up in the scriptures, if you know Yahweh Bashem Yashai, you know what's going on, hey, the Lord is gonna give you a way out of that, man. We're gonna make it to where you're able to bear all the temptation so you can escape and ultimately get salvation.
All right. Like I said right there, man. Yahweh, man, he was so, you know, in his infinite wisdom, he gave his word. He preserved his word for us to read this, man. And like I said, these things were written before I learned it, you know, do some paraphrasing. And that right there, like looking at the three holy children, looking at who was that was in the lion's den? Daniel, yeah, looking at Daniel in the lion's den, things of that nature. Who else got tempted? Man, just looking at our Lord and Savior Yahushua. He got tempted. You know, Satan offered him everything, every kingdom on the earth at the time. Yeah, go ahead and bring it out. Huh?
This is Matthew chapter 4, and I'm gonna go ahead and start at verse 1. And it says, then was Yahushua led up of the spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward hungry. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the son of Yahweh, command these stones to be made bread. But he answered and said, it is written, man should not live by bread alone, but by the word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh.
Ooh, that's fire right there. You see that? Yahushua. Yeah, you too. Yahushua just gave us the template right there. He gave us the game plan, you know? And then, like, not only did he give us the game plan, he showed by example. He got tempted big time. Not only, like, did Satan show him all the kingdoms, he was hungry, too. He fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. Man, come on, that's major temptation, y'all, strong. And then, like, the devil, like, oh, he even tempted him with his power. He like, man, you son of God, man, make that stone turn into bread. He knew Yahushua could do that, but Yahushua say what? He said, man should not live by bread alone, by every word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And that's true. Because if we stick to the script, which is the scriptures, you stick to the script, hey, you're going to beat the temptation. Because of examples like that I just read right there. And plus, like, it makes it easy because we know we're going into it. So it's not like we're heading into this and it's going to hit us all of a sudden, or we're going to be here like, oh, man, like, we get an advance warning. So we get a head start. We get something Yahushua didn't even have. Like, we know this devil gonna tempt us. So when it comes, it ain't gonna be like, you know, like, oh, man, I got hit like this. It's like, we're getting ready for the test. It's like what script says, study to show yourself approved. We study for the ultimate test. You know, and the more you study, the more you stay in this truth, get the edification built up, the easier it's gonna be to ace it. You know?
This is James 1 and 12. Says, blessed is the man who endured temptation, For when he is tried, he shall receive a crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
Ooh, you hear that? Beautiful, right? He said, blessed is the man that endured temptation. See, Howard Shah showed an example of that, and he was blessed because he endured that temptation right there. Yeah, I just wanted to make that point right there. That's it.
It's just that we gotta follow that example, man. Like we about to be tempted. The scriptures tell us we're gonna be tempted. He said this devil gonna force a system on everybody where you can't buy or sell unless you take the system. You know, so what that mean, man? We gotta prepare and get ready for it. That's why I see why he tell us to fast. Because this thing is gonna be about what they call the movie Hunger Games. The devil gonna tempt you with being hungry. So that's why we got the Day of Atonement, our holy day. You got Daniel who do a Daniel fast. Like he tell us the fast. That's preparation for the test. Like if I done fasted and I can go a week without eating, when this devil, present that in front of me, I'm like, devil, you're not showing me nothing new. Versus these Babylonians that used to eat about 8 times a day. Like they go, I ate today. Hurry up and hit me with it. They're not gonna have the strength to beat this, man. They're gonna faint. They'll be like, where my shelf there? I'm supposed to, be thirsty. My baby hollering for some food. They're not gonna be built up to make it through this, man. They're not building their stuff, but they're not putting on the armor of Yahweh Shah. Plus, they don't even know it's coming. Ain't nothing worse than getting hit with a pop quiz. Hey, you ain't studied, you ain't know nothing, and it's no multiple choice. Fill in the blank. So you know that you just sitting there just scribbling in anything.
Somebody else, just like the wise virgin when they was like, give me some oil for my lamp.
God.
They always trying to cheat.
Yeah, give me some oil. I didn't bring no oil. And that's what about to get hit with, man.
Get your own oil.
But we know about this test, man. It's our temptation. We about to be tempted. I know the best thing is really when you're being tempted, what it's a battle with, it's a battle of the flesh and the spirit. Your flesh craves things, and your spirit craves things. So Yahweh want to see, in you, which one is the dominant? Is your flesh carnal mind dominant, or is your spiritual mind dominant?
This is Matthew 26:41. It says, watch and pray so that ye will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Woo! Hey, that's spirit right there. See that? Hey, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, and the flesh is weak. You just know that, like if you walking down the street, you fall over on the concrete or something, you look up, and you barely hit the concrete, you look up, your arm straightened up, you bleed. Hey, the flesh is weak, man. It is so easy to hurt your flesh, and then say we getting up in age. I know I am. You walk around, all of a sudden your legs start hurting. Your knee hurt, your back hurt. You're like, goddamn, my body breaking down.
Your knees start popping.
Yeah, you flesh is weak, man. This body is weak, man. And our spirit is more infinitely tougher than that, man. The spirit can take anything, man. So we are a spiritual being trapped in a fleshly body. And Yahweh wants to reap that spirit, man. He don't want the flesh. We're gonna get new bodies anyway. The flesh is decrepit, So really, you got to turn your spirit up. You got to get your spiritual up. Then you look at the 2/3. Hey, you see why Yahweh don't want them, man. They'll walk around like brute beasts. Hey, they're all about the flesh. And you can see they're not profitable. So I know a lot of these women, that's why they call them a shameless dog. Like these women, I know there's a lot of women in Jake. I look at the dog outside and I look at the Jake and I'm like, there's not a difference between them two at all. Like this dude can talk, do human stuff, but he's totally instinctive. He totally acts off of compulsive. There's no spiritual nothing going on in this dude. And it's like, how can you put a man like that in the kingdom? He's just like that damn dog. Yahweh have to do away with them, man. He want high-minded, spiritual-minded, thinking individuals. That's what he's going to set the kingdom up. Because, you resorted to Esau, who act like a beast. Esau is like a beast, man. That's why Yahweh compared him to a serpent. Esau think just like a snake and act like a snake too. Because I be looking at him, man. You can tell they think it's wickedness. And see, like a snake, I notice a snake is patient. The snake is patient on his wickedness, man. And a snake, like a lion to see, but a snake slithers around real slow. They like to be hidden, and they get close, then they strike. That's how Esau think. And then I look at Jake. Jake like a damn dog. Jake is running out, happy-go-lucky, chasing the info. You just come with anything Jake like a little dog bone. Jake is like, goddamn, dude. That's how Esau is like he's a cunning hunter. That's how he controls Jake. Because he bleeds to the flesh. That's why the music video, the women is half naked. Yeah, I got murder on my mind. This baby gotta go. You know, it's all about, get the bag. With the bag goes and feeding your flesh. Have more money, more pleasures. You can get everything you want, the more money you got. And we're at the point now where you got to put off that.
I'm going to go ahead and read this right here because you basically just broke this down. It's Matthew chapter 4 and 8. And it says, and again, the devil taketh him up into the exceeding high mountain and shewed him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and said unto him, all these things will I give thee if thou wilt bow down and worship me. And that's exactly what the author was going into right there, because Yahweh Shai actually tempted, Yahweh Shai was actually tempted of the devil, but the devil came in and told Yahweh Shai to worship him. That's the same thing for Jake. The devil will come to Jake and they say, man, I'll give you this $1 million bonus if you turn around and worship me. If you teach the nation of Israel to worship me, worship the beast. Okay? And then verse 10 it said, and then says Yahweh Shai unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord, Yahweh thy power, and him only thou shalt save. Thou shalt serve. Okay, so that's the point right there. We're not supposed to serve man. As a matter of fact, if you read Jeremiah 17:5, it said, cursed be the man that trusts in man. Okay, so you basically trusting in Esau Edom, that serpent, who trying to get you, get you to go against the Lord Yahweh Shai. Okay, you got that.
Yeah, see, like that, and I like that purpose. Like what we seeing now, we're seeing y'all try to get whooped by the devil every time. They get in the same situation y'all was in. They're taking the deal, and they deal ain't even like nowhere near. Because the greatest deal he offered Yahweh Shai. All the devil's offering them probably about $20 million, $50 million. Go up here and make a video about abortion. I'll give you 20 million. They taking it like, oh, okay, I'm trying to write on the dotted line. Here's 20 million to put on a dress and tell, make a song about a Glock in your purse. I want Jay carrying purses, and I want to have a Glock, and I want them to kill each other. Here, take that. And then here, say you a gangster. 40 million for that. And Jake taking it. That's what I said. I understand now Hollywood. We figured out Hollywood, man. Hollywood, you are what they say, telling your soul to the devil, you are. Because the devil is who? Esau Edom. So you sign that contract, music contract, acting contract, you're signing yourself over to Esau, man. And Esau gonna say, okay, I'll give you this movie role, or I'll give you this record contract, but you gotta do this. And Jake doing it. Jake ain't in there fighting, and some do, but they get killed. Once you sign that deal like Tupac,
Tupac,
and then
recent rapper, PNB, Rock, all of them, they all did.
They just killed him for the money. He didn't resist nothing.
Empire.
Yeah, they just killed their artists to make money off of them. They ain't even resisting. That to me, you sign with Empire Records, you a damn fool. Because like they let you know, like I'm gonna put you on, let you get big, and then as soon as your record flip, I'm gonna kill you, and then make money off your death. That's starting to be their formula, And like all it lead to death, man. Esau gonna put you right in sin, man. You're gonna be tempted. That's a temptation. He's gonna dangle that bag in your face, sign on the dotted line, and once you do it, then he gonna. Like I said, like I could never be in that world. Like Esau gonna tell you to bend over. He gonna pull his stuff out on the desk, slurp these children up. I hate to be so vulgar, but I gotta be truthful. I gotta tell you how it is. That's how the music industry runs. That's why a lot of them bug out. Because they do that stuff and then they feel bad afterwards. Then they think going to therapy or doing some drugs is gonna make it go away. No, man. That devil just plagues your mind. Especially if you know yourself as a man and you well, I feel like you ain't straight if you do it, but you had messed with women into that deal, and then you took the deal, and Esau, treated you like a hoe. He had all his little old Edomite executives line up. He's like, we all need our, our rods done, and then he do it. And then they're like, yeah, we filmed that. You ever go out of line, you're going to show your fans this. Then your whole mind messed up, man. And you did what? You did that for what? $10 million. It's really the same thing when that device roll out, which is a movie I need to watch. All the auction was watching. Y'all seen that movie Implanted? It's kind of like STEM, though. I'm going to watch it, too.
I just seen it. I just read the previews of it. It basically said that this woman was going crazy and she got that implant.
Exactly. That's what's gonna happen, man. You're gonna go crazy, man. when you take that temptation, take that device, it's gonna mess you up. Because really, you're giving over your liberty when you take it. Esau is all about oppression, man. And Esau know that Jake won't fleshly things. Just like how Yahusha got tempted Jake. Like Esau know that. So Esau dangles it in your face. And then Jake, if you short-sighted and you only look at the reward and you ain't looking at like the back end or what the devil really want, and you take it, then you clipped up. Because the devil gonna do something messed up to you, man. He ain't about to give you 50 million and let you be normal and righteous out here. Like, nah, I'm gonna give you 50 million. You know, we about to run a train on you. And then you can go out there in the public. You don't care then, because now you all messed up. You don't know who he is. You know, you're in the mirror like, I'm out, man. Dang, I got my back blew out. So, you know, the Esau probably wink his eye at you, you know. Like, hey, man, next week, hey, you want another album? The limo is outside, you know. And then, like, you in that life, man. That's why none of them, man, go out good, man. That Hollywood is totally about selling out. And I know that it don't just hit Hollywood. It hits all aspects of Babylon the Great. I know that any Jake that has status, well, I'm gonna say the majority of them, any like in the system, status in the system, he had to give something up to get that, man. Because Esau is all this thing is about power. Esau's not gonna let no righteous Jake be in the power seat and still be his righteous self. Cash, nah, he ain't about to allow that. Then Jake gonna do what? Push that righteous vibration out. That's not what Esau wants to push out. He wants to push out wickedness. And he used to have where he can just do it himself, but now he had to be more deceitful. So now I have to let a couple in. I gotta give you an Oprah. I gotta give you a Michael Jordan. That way, pretty much, really that's slick too. That's slick. So it makes you think like, because I done had to eat myself and like, what's the name? Michael Jordan made it. Why you didn't make it? Drake made it. I'm looking like he ain't made it. That ain't making it to me. He got money, but you know what they do to get that money? You know?
They still got a leash around it. They still got a yoke around it.
God, really slavery, like you say, can't go too far. They whole, I heard Chris Brown talking about their whole life is mapped out. A lot of them, like they gotta go here at this time, talk to this person. Like Chris Brown said, he might get about 20 minutes out the day for himself. I'm like, that's not a life. That's really like imprisonment, man. That's why he doing drugs about to go crazy. You know,
what's the prison system? That 23-hour lockdown.
He in real life on lockdown. He said he got to do recording studio. You got to do this. You got to talk to this person. Got to meet. He said he get about 20 minutes out the day to himself. I'm looking like, so really, like he rich, but his life is worse than mine. I got more liberty than he do. But no wonder he be acting out going crazy. He in jail on the outside. You know? I'm gonna pull this out right here. This go good with the one you put out. Hey, Shalom, you're Michael Barr. This you're Michael Barr pulled this up. This James 4:7. It says, submit yourselves therefore to Yahweh, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. And how do you resist the devil? By putting on righteousness. Because this devil does not like righteousness. It's like acid to him. You know, I know they don't like that, man. They will avoid you. You know, and then like say you've been built through this edification, your spirit is beaming so hard. But that devil will fear you. You'll walk around on eggshells. He be looking like, you know, like a lion coming through. The devil, that's how you beat the devil, man. Through the word of Yahweh Shah. Just like Yahweh Shah said, man, you eat on these scriptures, and as you eat it up, you get fat, you start shining, and then the devil, man, hey, he'll be afraid of you. And I could like a full attestment to that. You know? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I'm a small Jake, man. He's like the job, he looking like, act like I'm 12 footers, so they be scared, you know, terrified. You know, they already know I ain't going for it, man. They know I'm at the point where, you know, I can't really get to this dude. I can't really tempt him with nothing. He already looks at me like the devil. Like I'm like Esau looking at me like it's like the scripture say, it's like he's naked. But Esau dealing with me, it's like he exposed. Because I look at him as the devil. I be looking at Esau like, what angle you coming with? I be looking for him to come with the temptation and the bullshit and the deceit. I be looking for it. And I notice Esau's not comfortable operating in that type of, you know, environment. He don't like to be naked. He don't like to be exposed. He want to deal with a docile Jake that's already looking up to him. That's stupid. I notice Esau like to play it like that's why the serpent went to Eve, because she didn't know no better. He didn't go to Adam because he knew he couldn't deal with Adam. He knew Adam gonna call him out. I notice the devil, that's how he is with me. He know I'm gonna call him out on this BS. You better not come to me with some deal. I'll give you this and that, but you know, I want you to bend over, because he already know the answer to that. So you don't even try it. You know, I'm gonna go over here and get this dude. This dude over here. I don't know what he into, but it's something that make me feel uncomfortable. You know, I can't deal with devil. So that's how you resist the devil, man, by putting on the armor and the word of Yahweh Shai, and he will resist. He'll avoid you. I know it's like he in the dark, you the light, you know, and the darkness don't want to go in the light, so he'll avoid you. Go ahead, brother.
This is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Yahweh Shai, and the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Woo, that's so true. That's true, man. You know, how you put on the armor of Yahweh? By reading these scriptures, getting the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shai. That's the armor. You know, you got a part of Jake. You know, Jake's so dumb. Jake like, where can I buy that armor at? Is it on Amazon? You know, Jake actually think it's real armor because they don't understand the metaphors and the parables of the Bible. How you put the armor on of Yahweh Shai is through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this book. When you have the missions of the kingdom of heaven and the true understanding of this book, you are armored up.
Verse 12. It said, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
Ooh, that's big, man. And that also goes to Luke's paraphrase. It said there's no enchantment against Jacob. Because what Esau does is witchcraft. You know, Satan is that spiritual being, Satan, that spirit, and then he leads the people Yahweh shall make the Edomites. And see, the Edomites deal with their left-handed energy, their satanic energy. That's what they deal with. You know, that's why I said our battle is bigger than this flesh and blood. It's bigger than this Esau. Because Esau's led by the spiritual being Satan, you know, which is wickedness. And that's what we really battling. They do rituals. You know, these high level devils, they do blood rituals, they do curses. Like basically, like, man, you think about the Harry Potter movies, those movies are not fake, man. Them devils actually go to schools. What's that? Skull and Bones, Yale. They go to schools to do witchcraft, man. That's why these low level 238 can't get up. Because you get spells put on him. But see, if he was to get into the word, get to Yahweh Shai, hey, that stuff will fall right to the wayside. Right to the wayside easy. So like I said earlier, the scripture saying there's no enchantment against Jake. But the only way Jake can beat Esau and to beat Satan is through the power of Yahweh Shai, like the scripture said. You gotta be armored up.
I'm gonna go ahead and read on verse 18. Verse 18, it says, stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Woo! Ooh, that's spot on. Acts like our word is compared to a sword, man. And like that scripture said, covered in the truth and the righteousness. When you got the truth, that right there makes that devil naked. Because he deals with what? Lies and deceit. So when you got the truth, hey, he already coming in halfway. You already done beat him halfway. Then when you got the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which the word is compared to a sword, hey, you can make moves on this devil, man, like a samurai. You can strike at him. So now the devil's like, it's like you've been a knight, and then you got a sword. You know, you armored up. You armed. So the devil looking like, oh, man, I ain't about to test that Jake, man. This Jake got a sharp katana. You know, he armored up. He look like he know how to use it, too. And like, it's a lot of 2/3 out here. So what he gonna do is, I'm gonna leave this one alone, because he's a hard target. I ain't got time for that. I'm gonna get these ones I can get. And like the scripture said, he will resist you, he'll flee from you, because Esau like easy things. He's a man of comfort too. He like comfort. You know, he want an easy target. He don't want nothing that's gonna fight back. You know, that's why the serpent went to Eve and not Adam. He didn't want to fight. I don't want to fight.
That's also the reason why Esau didn't want to wait for that meal to get cooked. He went on ahead and sold that birthright just to get that raw meat right there. He wanted the easy way out right there too. When he sold his birthright.
Yeah, he ain't got no patience.
Yeah, he ain't had no patience.
He doesn't like a challenge.
Yep.
And then like that show right there, like, see, we fast. You know, the Jake fast. Esau could have fasted right there. He can't do it. Yep. He can't do righteousness. That's why we got fast food. Esau got to have it now. You know, you look at 238, they got the same spirit. No patience. You know, fly off the handle, no discipline, really emotional. Anything little thing happen, they and think it's good. I got a smart mouth. I just go off and shit. That's not wise. That's not wisdom. You know, that's just being really tuned into your flesh, man. That's showing you have no emotional intelligence. When anything can happen to you and you just fly off the handle. And see, you ain't built up when the hour of temptation comes. All they gotta do is play too many emotions, and you're gonna fall. That's why the woman is the weaker vessel, because she's a more emotional creature than a man is. Therefore, that's really what makes her weaker, because of her emotions. You know, men, we're not in our emotions like that. Even though they're trying to course us to be like that. You know, they got a whole campaign on there. You need to be in touch with your sensitive side. You need to be in touch with your emotions. No, man. Yahushua's an austere man. I need to be thinking. That's one of my greatest assets. I need to activate my spirit so I can make sound decisions, not lock into my emotion. Exactly. And now they're trying to make that, oh, you operating off logic. That's toxic masculinity. You need some re-education. You can touch your feminine side. Like, yo, get the hell out of here with that. Go ahead, stop.
Verse, the next two verses, Ephesians 6 and 17. And it says, take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh by Yahushua. In verse 18, it says, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints.
Ooh, you hear that? Hey, that preset said the sword. I'm telling you, it's worth compared to a sword, man. We got this wisdom, knowledge, truth, and understanding. Like, this is the ultimate red pill. Bottom dudes that build the red pill community. The word is the ultimate red pill, man. This right here, this knowledge makes you a man, a true high value man, because it makes you, and they say, gird up your loins like a man. See, you thought I won't take to be a man, because he can't deal with the man. That's why they got this simp culture.
In order to be a man, you got to have standards, which is in these scriptures right here. I got a quick one to back you up on that. This is Proverbs chapter 25 and 28. And it says, he that has no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down without walls. Okay, and that's what the option is going into right there. This is why the 2/3 gate is going to get ran through, because they don't have no rule over their own spirit, meaning that they don't have discipline. You know, I was listening to a lecture that the GMS Fear Win Shooter. You know, that's what he was going into. If Jake don't have discipline, therefore they're gonna get ran through. Okay, you gotta have discipline in order for you to fast. Okay, you gotta have discipline to tell these devils, no, I'm not gonna take your advice. Okay, so you don't have no rule over your own spirit, then you're gonna be that city that's broken down without walls.
Yep, you need discipline to have training. To even study, that takes discipline. You don't make yourself do that. And I see why I said it, because you gotta to rule over yourself, you gotta examine yourself. You know, you gotta look at your weak points. Where am I weak at? Where do I need to strengthen myself at? You know, what am I lacking? You know, where am I strong at? You know, when you examine yourself, and you start working on yourself, that goes in discipline, man. You're gonna build up wherever you weak at. It's like you said, like a breach wall ready to fall over. See, when you examine, you discipline, you examine yourself, wherever you weak at, whatever wall that fall over. Hey, just like this education, you go over there, you start building it up. You know what I'm saying? It's a weak point. Let me fortify that. That way, when the devil comes, ready to offer the temptation, ain't nothing gonna leak out. Ain't no way he can get in.
Edification right there. So when you gotta rebuild it up, this word is kind of like concrete cement. So you got some holes in your wall somewhere. You're gonna use that cement, which is the word, and you're gonna pass that hole up.
That way ain't no way to get in. The devil looking to get in. You know, whatever all holes covered, you know, he gonna look at it. But the devil might just look at it like, nah, I'm gonna go over here with this little beat down hole in the wall house. I'm gonna get right on in to Keisha. You know, get the whole family. I'm not about to waste my time with that brick wall over there. You know, I got my time is short. I gotta get what I can get.
Right here, this is Proverbs chapter 21 and 16. And it said, the man that wandered out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. You see, and that's what a lot of 2/3 did. You've got a lot of people that spiritually dead out here, okay, because they don't have that standard Because they don't have that standard, Esau Edom is gonna come in and he gonna destroy it. Okay, and then eventually you're gonna be physically dead. Eventually, if you don't get into this word.
Yeah. Nah. And now I'm gonna read down where I was at on James 4 and 8, and it says, "Draw nigh to Yahweh, and He will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded." So what's that scripture talking about? It's talking about become solid. You know what you said earlier. Keep your eyes single. You know, don't be double-minded. Don't be like, man, I'm gonna get the bag over here, and I'm gonna watch a little lesson over here. Don't be all that. Don't be on the fence. Pretty much, you're on the fence. Esau can get you. You know, there's somebody that like it's holes in your walk. You're on the fence. That's really you being a procrastinator, being slacking. You know, you still like worried about something in the world. You know, it said draw not to Yahweh. How do you draw to Yahweh? By reading this word, watching video epistles, to keep your eye on this word right here. Hey, like said Matthew chapter 6 say, seek ye first the kingdom. All things be added unto you. Seek the kingdom constantly. As you're seeking the kingdom, you're gonna abide by all these commandments in this book, man. When you do that, it's gonna make you solid. It's gonna make you fortified. You know, you do that. You're gonna be pure. You know, your mind gonna have number precepts in it after a while. You're gonna be totally dipped and submerged in the truth. Where the truth is gonna be dripping off, man. You're gonna be dripping of living waters. And the devil gonna look like, man, I ain't even messing with that. You know, I only think I got a way in. You know, he too close to Yahweh Shah. Let's say Esau and the spiritual being Satan don't want that smoke with Yahweh Shah. They know the penalty. So they gonna get what they can get. They're gonna get the low-hanging fruit. They're not gonna deal with the stuff they can't get, it can't reach, man. Because the devil ain't got a lot of time like that. So he gonna get it. It's too many easy targets. You know, they say if you got food right there available to you, you know, and it's right there available to you, you're gonna get that hard to reach. But see, the devil, he knows in order to keep his kingdom, he got to get that hard to reach stuff. So he gonna attempt and try. That's why that device is coming in. That's his way of shaking the tree to try to get that fruit at the top. Because that's the fruit he need to get in order to stay in rulership. You know? Now these little Joe six packs, they're gonna get the stuff on the ground. Because they ain't got the means and the resources to get the high fruit. They like, we're gonna get the stuff on the ground, we're gonna leave it to the elites, try to get that stuff in the air.
It really ain't smart either.
No, Esau dumb as hell, man. Esau straight fool. You know, he just trying to trick you into thinking he intelligent. You know? Because anybody intelligent, he wouldn't have sold the birthright. He already done lost. He lost way back in Genesis. By being what? He couldn't be patient on a meal. That's how I just say, you can't tell me Esau Edom ain't the devil, man. They the so-called white man. They eat raw meat to this day. They still eat raw, nasty red meat steak with the blood in it. To this day. You go into an outdoor store with like guns and stuff, you see nothing but Edomites in there. They made wearing camouflage and fashion statement. That's how much he, you know what I'm saying? You know this devil is the cunning hunter. They wear camo. I seen camo mugs. You know what I'm saying? Camo everything. You know, like even Edomites don't even hunt. What the hell you got some camo on for? You know, rednecks, drink they little Budweisers. What you doing, Billy Ray? Nothing, Billy Bob. You know? So you can't tell me, man, that ain't the Edomite, man. You still got Jake, don't even know that either. Jake still, you know, I don't know about that. Like, even I know a Jake supposed to be the truth. He like, man, I don't know if you saw the white man. Tell you don't read your word. Talking about ain't no white people in the Bible. What?
They tell you that they ain't watching the paying attention either. It's like they know the history of the white man, but still they still feel like they're righteous men. Like that don't make no sense, right?
Bro, he missed the mark. This is a person I know been he claimed he been in the word for 15 years. He had no choice but to read the word and still didn't get the wisdom out to understand the Bible, man. That tells me you gotta have a crocodile dealing with you in order to get the mission of the kingdom of heaven, man. Just because you got the book don't mean you get it. It's still, like we're at the point now where you can kind of see who's chosen, but when that hour of temptation comes and the device gets mandatory, then you're gonna know who his chosen is. But you're gonna look up, you can't say you with y'all outside and you got a device in your body. You know, that don't go. You know, they say telling me you got faith and you full of, you know, Pfizer and got a mask on.
We quoted earlier too. This is This is Matthew chapter 6 and verse 22. He said, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Okay, and that's what the author was going into earlier. It says your eye be single, meaning your eye, if you submerge, just like the Dr. Hahn did a lesson on it, if you submerge yourself in these scriptures, then your body will be full of light. Okay, in verse 23, he said, but if thy eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkened, how great is that darkness? Okay, so if that darkness in you, that means that you are of the world. Okay, you are a friend of the world. Okay, and then verse 24, and it says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate one and love the other, or else will he hold to the one and despise the other. So basically, your eye, it don't matter. You can't go back and forth. Your eye got to be single. So if you going back and forth, then your eye is single on confusion. Okay? So if you basically in this world, then your eye is singled on the darkness. All right? If your eye is singled in the scripture, then you're gonna be full of light. You just like I just said earlier. You're gonna come up with a lot of scriptures because you constantly read day and night. You got
Hey,
it.
Esau do not like the light. He don't like the light at all. It messes him up, man. He looking for darkness. And then, like I said earlier, the devil, man, he like a roaring lion. He looking who he can devour. Like Scripture say, he looking who he can devour. When the light is on you, like the one you brought out earlier, the wise virgins. When your lamp is lit up, if you got that oil, that faith, and it's burning bright, man, the devil like a vampire. Huh? The vampire's really going to Esau, man. You know, like that sunlight, man. It burns them up. They're like, oh, nah.
Lion in the flesh. Because if you in the spirit, hey, he can't do nothing with you. He's looking for that meat. And that meat is that flesh. So, hey, you walking around in the flesh, you living like how the world live, hey, you're going to get devoured like that lion.
Nah, it's like looking like a big old meat sandwich. And the lower you are, the more flesh you got. So the more wicked you are, that's Esau. No, that's who we get a record contract. That's who we give those acting contracts. They so much in the flesh, they know it's a for sure. That he gonna take it for sure. It's easy. And then he probably calling his buddies up, like, you know, I got a new one, man. He gonna serve all of us up. You gonna get the meeting. Check out my new one. Little JJ, show him you a real nigga. And put this dress on too.
I got to put this is Romans 13 and 14. It says, well, put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, and make no provisions of the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. So, man, hey, man, put on therefore as Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, therefore as the elect, man. Don't give no provisions to the flesh, because once you fall into the flesh, hey, man, it's hard to get out of that. Hey, you fall into the flesh, you marking yourself to get devoured by that roaring lion that's soon to come. That's prophesied. So, hey, man, that's a temptation right there, man. Hey, we gotta put on ourselves as the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, man. Mortifying ourselves from all the temptation to come. Man. We got it out.
Got it already. Okay, hey, this is 1 Peter 3 and 18. For Hamashiach also hath once suffered for sin, the just for the unjust, that we might bring us to Yahweh, being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit. You know, so you got to put that flesh to death, man. Like Yahweh said, you got to put it to death. So you got to be quickened by what? By the Spirit, man. That's what's going to come to the flesh, man. When you spiritual minded, you know, you putting off things of the flesh. You know, and if you put off things of the flesh, if you go into this hour of temptation, it's going to be easier for you to make it through that. Because you're going to go through that with a spiritual mind, spiritual eyes, you know. And like, Esau can't tempt you with the flesh because you already done put that off. Esau can come to you like, man, just put this device in your body. I got the juicy steak over here. You're like, hey, man, I'm on the fast. You know, I don't want the device, man. I'm about to, you know, go off in the woods. You know, I'm about to go do that. Then it's like, the Esau gonna look crazy. Like, what else can I tempt you with? I done tempted Pookie, Ray, Keisha, and it worked. But this dude, it didn't work with this dude. You know, then he talk about leaving. That's when gonna call him the little troops. Like, hey man, follow this guy right here. He on something else. Like, I didn't have a good success rate with him. He resisted me. You know, it's gonna hurt that devil's feelings, man. Like a whore that look good, the dude tell her no. You know what I'm saying? They mess their head up, man. They're not used to that. They used to 100% success rate. So they go like, what the hell you dealing with? Where you know you said no to me. Now I noticed like fine harlot don't like being told no on sex, man. That mess they pride up. You know, this gonna mess up Esau pride. Like I said, man, you beat that by beating the flesh. You know, it's like let's say that's gonna be some going big into the hour of temptation, man. Especially when the dollar crash, you got these harlots setting people up. Like, you know, I had to eat, you know. I knew you had some bread. You know, you gonna think you gonna get in there and get it on. There's dudes that gonna hop out the closet, you know. Like, should I pay my bills, man? You know, or say vice versa. Eve gonna think she met a nice man, and you know she's gonna get snatched up. She done got sold into a sex trade. Dude, like I pay my bills, you know. And that's because he in his flesh, man. He looking, you know, to make it about carnal means. He ain't looking. He ain't dipped in the spirit of Yahweh Shai and looking for faith and hope. Nah, man, he looking to make it by, you know, Esau's tactics. So it's gonna get real treacherous out here, especially when the dollar crash. The device has been made mandatory. People gonna do crazy things in order to feed their flesh, keep the flesh safe. You know, they're gonna be seeking to save their life, but they're gonna lose their life when they take that device.
I got a quick one right here because I was gonna start in Romans chapter 8 and 5, but this is gonna back both of y'all up. So this is Romans chapter 8. I'm gonna start at verse 2. And it said, for the law of the spirit of life in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach had made thee free from the law of sin and death. But what the law could not do, and that it was weak through the flesh, Yahweh sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin, for sin condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. For they that are after the flesh do not do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh by Yahweh, but it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be.
Ooh, that was spot on right there. Let you know the flesh and the law, they don't go together. Because the law, like the just said, I read out, the law is spiritual. To get into it, you got to open your spiritual mind up. The flesh can't reap nothing of the law of the spirit. You know, and I got another person that's going to back up what you just said. This is John 6 and 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So the spirit is going to lead to life. Because your house already beat death, man. You already conquered the flesh. So he's the example that we got to follow. And they're like, that's going to be real big when the device is getting rolled out. Our expectation is going out, and we got to lock into our spirit all the way. The devil, man, he going to push the flesh all in your face, man. He's like, man, you want to stay in that house, don't you? You still want your vehicle, don't you? You still want that wife, don't you? You still want the children, don't you?
Hey, you want some water to drink? Hey, man, you need that water to live. Hey, you want that food, don't you? You know you want a barbecue. You and Jake, right? Shit like that.
God, he gonna tempt you real hard, man. That's all temptation of what? The flesh, man. And see, when you put off the flesh and you in the spirit, especially that time, man, like when this hit, Lord willing, I think our faith and our hope is gonna beam up big time, man. You like, man, we was told it's gonna happen. Here you go doing it. And so what's gonna happen is our faith is gonna turn up because we've been told you're gonna do this. So therefore, we got advance warning that this devil's gonna come with these moves. So when he come with it, hey, we're gonna resist this devil, man. Because we're gonna lock into these commandments. We're gonna lock into the spirit. Because we know what's coming next, man. Your house on the way with them chariots. And that's what I want. You know, we're gonna start thinking like that. Like I got a chariot where like waiting on the Uber. You saw them come like, hey, you gonna come with a limo, girls in it, food in it. Like, hey, come on in, Jake. We like waiting on the bus stop, like, I'm waiting on the chariot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go ahead. Yeah, the devil's like, what? I got all of this. You gonna tell me to, hey man, keep it moving, man. Waiting on the chariot, man. Waiting on your house, guys. See that right there is what separates to me a 2/3 or hopefully less. A 2/3 can't see past that. You don't know nothing past that. 2/3 majority don't believe in the church. They don't believe Yahweh Shah is coming. Therefore, they look at Esau when he got the offer is the best there is. That's the best 30. That's all I got. So I better take it. Us, we waiting on. We know what Esau got is BS. You know, we telling Esau keep it pushing, man. You know, like Esau, he like Esau rolling down the street like we pick up a whore. Like we that righteous woman walking down the street. He think we a hoe. He walking down like, get in, man. I got $300 for you. You know what I'm saying, baby? We look like, hey, man, I ain't one of them shameless women. You better keep it pushing. You think this is? Go get them women in the mini skirt. Go get them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we like that righteous woman, man. We like, now my man coming to get me. You know, that chaste, faithful woman. You know what I'm saying?
Really trusting the man.
Exactly. Like my man coming to get me, man. My car broke down, walking down the street, he coming to get me, man. That's how we feel about Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah coming to get us. We waiting on that. We ain't about to deal with your crazy ass.
That's why we
know better. We like an intelligent woman. You know, a little dumb little, what's that hot girl summer eve? I'm getting in the car. The Esau get chopped up. Esau like, you know, I'm about to chop you up. You know what I'm saying? Little psycho. And then like they so dumb. This nigga got like, what's that, the movie The Crow? He got face paint on. Like he looking crazy. He's so dumb. He got $300 though. Y'all gotta get the bag. I'm on the gas, you know. We like, nah, hey, let that go on through, man. Let that pass. We waiting on the chariot. We waiting on, you know, Yahweh Shah, man.
King.
Exactly. You know, we got kind of say we about to go to the house. We waiting on that ride to go to the house, man. We're in safety, rest. We're about to, hey, Esau about to take you off into the yonder, off in the woods and chop you up. You know? So, man, that's the thing. That's the little analogy I use, man. That's how we doing, man. Like, you got to thank Yahweh Shah that we even had the eyesight and the knowledge to know that. Like I said, Jake don't know that, man. Jake don't know what they got coming. Jake don't know they got a kingdom coming. Jake think he got to die to get to heaven. That's what he been taught. You don't know kingdom of heaven coming right here on earth. All you got to do is hold out and resist. It's about resistance.
Matthew 6:13. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Woo! Go ahead,
no, that just back up everything you just said. Hey, man, we waiting on the kingdom, man. And it said, lead us not into temptation. Man, there was a prayer. Hey, we asking the Lord, lead us not into temptation, just like the precepts that we brought out earlier. And the Lord's going to make a way for us to escape all the temptations if you're building yourself up and if you're in the spirit. But if you're in the flesh, hey, man, you're going to follow after Esau when he pull up on you. Hey, hop in the car, man. I got some crumbs for you. Hey, you're going to jump after them crumbs. Hey, we waiting on Yahweh Shah in this kingdom, man. We waiting on our rest, man. Hey, we're going to go through that temptation.
Like you said it earlier. You read that precept earlier where it says, watch and pray that you will not fall into temptation.
That's what I think I might go down. You brought out James 1 and 12. I think I might come out with 13. You got to feel what you just said right there, man, on that precept right there. This James 1 and 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yahweh. For Yahweh cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted be any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away from his own lust and enticed. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. So that's the flesh that you've been tempted with, man, because it's already born with the flesh. So the flesh is what's tempting you. Like we're born, that's why I say we're born into sin. Because the flesh is like, I notice the flesh is like attracted to sin. It makes you sin.
Flesh is chains of darkness.
God. You know, so with that, man, you gotta lock into your spiritual. You was born spiritual too, but it's like I know that some people it was born real dull, some people was born on a higher level. But you gotta tap into your spirit. That way, it beats off the flesh, and you don't, tap into your flesh. If you tap into your flesh, it does lead to sin, and you can see that with these low level 2/3, man. They are in their fleshly nature, and they just do sin. They in iniquity, and they do it constantly. They so locked in the darkness, you tell them like to keep the commandment, don't eat pork, and Keisha might fight you. You know? Like, nigga, I won't eat my pork, nigga. Because she's accustomed to sin. You know, she's used to it. She's all the way locked in the flesh. Therefore, the only thing gonna get her out of that is judgment. You know, she gotta come through again and be born again. That way she's born into a spiritual atmosphere. The Lord's commandments gonna be on full display. You're gonna see it on little billboards. You know, the high holy day is gonna be displayed up. calendar gonna say keep the commandment. It's gonna be her inward parts, you know. She'll be different. And that's what, like, she got to go through that. She can't be rehabilitated right now. For us that can be rehabilitated right now, you got to thank y'all about Shasha for that, because the majority of our people weren't blessed with that. Hey, we got to, like, make good on that gift. We got to make good on that sacrifice Yahweh made, that we can do that. Because he made the sacrifice for us to have that ability. Because without him, we wouldn't be able to, you know, resist the devil. We wouldn't be able to win without Yahweh making that sacrifice. So now we can lock into our spiritual. It's best now, like I said, it's working for living waters. Man, pour some water on that, man. It grow it. Let it grow. That way you be big and strong, so when the ultimate test comes, you can pass that. It'll be easier for you. The more this truth you got in you, the easier it's going to be past that test. That's how it go, man. That's why it's good for repetition. Saying this truth, man. Don't be tarrying and don't be, you know, dragging your feet in this truth, man. Come in wholeheartedly, man. Hard, you know. It's gonna be profitable to you when that hour comes. When all hell broke loose, your faith is gonna be so beaming, so strong. It's gonna make it easy for you to get through and navigate through the perilous time. So I say that, like, you gotta be with it, y'all strong, and you gotta be on it. Y'all got any more precepts?
This is James chapter 1 and verse 2. It says, my brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptation. You know, diverse temptation is what Esau Israel is going to be bringing upon you during that hour of temptation. It says, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Okay, and it says the trying of your faith worketh patience, meaning when you being tempted, your patience is going to be building up, and therefore your faith is going to increase. And it said, but let patience have a perfect work, meaning that also said when let patience have a perfect work, that means let trust, you know, let your trust be in Yahweh Shai. Okay, so but let patience have a perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Okay, and then jumping down to verse 12, all right, James chapter 1 and 12, it says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord Yahweh has promised to them that love him. And that's pretty much the point right there.
They came out twice. That's big time. One of that. All right, I'm gonna leave off this right here. Because, like, we gotta follow the perfect example we have, which is what? Yahweh Shah, man. He showed us the way. He done laid out the foundation for us to get victory. And we gotta stick to the script. So this is Hebrews 4 and 14. Seeing then that we have a great high priest that has passed into the heavens, Yahweh Shah, the son of Yahweh. Let us hold fast our profession. For we have not a high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling or infirmities, but was at all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need. So that right there sums it up, man. We got to be like Yahweh Shah, tap into our faith, which is the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, and therefore we can beat, you know, this temptation that's coming up, this test that's coming up, you know, because he showed by example. He beat it, so therefore we can beat it. And he died so that we can beat it. And then he gave us warning that that's the devil about to do. Therefore we can, you know, we can sidestep it. You know, we can like, hey man, I ain't with that. I mean, I knew it was coming, so I got this prepared. I got a tent off in the woods, you know. I already knew you was gonna do that, man. And I advise you not to send your troops after me, because something bad might happen to you. So you best you let me be. You know, kind of like coming in spirit like Moses, let my people go. So I'm about to go home. I'm about to go peaceful. You know? So, hey, with that being said, man, y'all got my precepts. That being said, I hope this is edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem,
Kwam Yasharala, Wa Babu Ball, Shalom.
Kwam Yasharala, hey, keep the faith, Yasharala. We almost up out of here. We almost home, baby. Shalom.